Hello, my name is Nelson Grant, and I'm about to take an adventure. I'm heading to the motherland, and I'm actually heading there because I just found out from a DNA test that my family is from Guinea-Bissau in West Africa. It's going to be a 10-day trip. My mind is wide open right now, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I think and feel that every other black man and woman over here should be doing. So let's just wait and let us pack our bags and head on out.
My name is Dale Grant. I'm Nelson Grant's brother, younger brother, and I want to know a lot about his adventurous trip to the motherland, Guinea-Bissau, West Africa. I wanted to go, but due to other situations, other plans, I wasn't able to go. But hopefully, and not hopefully, I know he brought back a lot of interesting information and things that I always wondered about Africa and wanted to know, but now I'm going to get it firsthand from bro. So how was everything? What was your first, like getting off the plane? What did you feel? What did you like envision once you got off the plane and you were in the motherland?
I would say immediately when I got off the plane, it was a sensation of being home. You know, nobody had to tell you you were home. You just knew it. And you know, everything was just surreal.
Was it like a out of body experience? Like
it was like
it's hard to describe.
It was like a major connection that I never had before traveling to anywhere. When you got off and then you looked at your people all around you and just the whole, I would just say connection. You know?
Immediate connection. Like you felt like you belonged there.
Felt like I belonged there. I was there.
Wow.
And I should have always been there.
Wow.
It just felt it. To tell you the truth, right now, feels like I should be there right now.
Wow.
You know.
No, I know the plane ride was, hours. I mean,
Oh,
like,
it
how
was
many hours
hours.
it took?
It was hours. It took us 10 hours to get to. My first stop was in a country called Togo.
Mm-hmm.
And from Togo, we took the connecting flight to Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Senegal, we did a layover for about maybe 40 minutes, and then we headed 5 hours down to Guinea-Bissau. And I had like a little congregation, from all people waiting for me. Got off there with a group.
Yeah,
I was basically
welcome.
Yeah, I was basically in back of the line,
Hmm.
but the family that I was connected to, they actually came out there and got me. And when they got me, they did all my paperwork and handed it to the officials. And next thing I look, I was being zoomed away. Well, that's the Atlantic. Wow, now I know. These boats didn't look that deep. Yeah. I know it was narrow, but yeah, they are deep too.
What stood out? What kind of like blew your mind from this trip? Safe.
No stress.
There's no Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
That's good.
it was like you were
You
living,
were living in harmony.
you were living in the dream. Yes, yes, I like that. Yep, I can stay right here. Feel peaceful. Yep. After I was got greeted by initially it was about 4 members. The main one who came out was Mario. He was living in Gambia, but most of his family is living in Guinea-Bissau. So he's the one, spoke the language, and he took care of all the paperwork and everything and got me through. And once he did get me through, and I, went to get my bags, that's when I met Sapiwe, for the first time. And with him was,
In fact, he will be representing.
Oh, he's going to be
Guinea-Bissau,
representing
the swimming.
Yeah, swimming and the Olympic summit right now. He's going to be one of the Olympic members. So Piwe is one of the most amazing individuals you'll ever meet.
This is our headquarters. And this is our village kids.
Okay.
They live here, play here. They know us. They know how to play Connect Four and Uno.
And there's got to be a documentary or movie made about him.
Wow.
Because he is very special. Okay, and he has a drive that I never seen in a individual, young individual, because he just turned 50, but he is going to be the oldest swimmer in the Olympics. But he is just an amazing individual. He's a graduate of Yale.
Wow.
And he was actually a Rastafarian at one time. And he did have some parts, I think, in the Black Panthers. He was born in Illinois, but before he coming over here on this trip right now, he was living in Missouri.
And I heard he was a truck driver.
Oh yeah, he did truck driving. He was trying to find himself during that time. And because of him doing that, he actually helped the trucking industry, because he saw as soon as he got there, that a lot of truck drivers were dying because of just being unhealthy, sitting in a truck driving and all that.
Yeah, just driving.
So he implemented a program where he actually started having truck drivers, exercise, as a daily routine to try to get away that, that excess weight and stuff that they were gaining, and getting them into better shape and healthy.
Oh.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nelson.
Nelson Wilbur.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, she had me down pat. Robin Simmons, and she's apparently well known in activism over here in the U.S. And she is one of the parties who's pushing for reparations for blacks over here right now.
In my education preparing for reparations, I have learned how emotionally injured we are as a people due to the trauma both lived in America and inherited through our DNA of the transatlantic slave trade. I'm home to reconnect to my family here in Guinea-Bissau and heal. Thank you. I love you all.
What do you think is desperately needed, to make the natives, people's, the lives of the people living there better? Because
I will say the infrastructure, like roads, probably, clean running water reaching everybody.
Just imagine doing this every day. See, it has to change.
Young females around 5, 6 years old, and they were, at this well. They were letting buckets down, and the well was pretty deep well too. And these buckets, they filling them up with water, and pulling that bucket up. The girls did certain things, and boys did certain things. So that's basically was labor. They just need outside help coming in to give them a little guidance.
So you think the government?
I feel that the government is probably doing what they can do, and at the same time, I know they need help from outside. But from what I understand, they don't want help if the help is coming in and trying to take over. Okay, because they do have natural resources over there, like oil and bauxite and many other minerals. Their main export is cashews, and they have some other ones too. But it's a rich country. Very rich. I mean, you can see that from the soil, the reddish color brown, to the soil. And in that area there's a lot of fishermen. Who go out there.
So that's the main industry.
Seafood is major, and their diet over there is like crazy. Their diet.
Tell us about the food.
Yeah, their diet, their food. Food cuisine is basically fruits, vegetable, and some portion of meat or fish. A lot of fish.
All fresh. Organic.
No preservatives and none of that stuff. It's all real stuff. And if you just go down through some of the markets, the herbs and herbs you never heard about or even knew existed. The majority of people from here who were in slavery, we are stolen families of Africa. We are the stolen families of Africa. So for our group, when we went over there, we had to put the message out. We are the stolen families of Africa, and we have returned.
And that's
in 2021. So that was the message on the T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
And being called a slave, I really don't like that terminology. We are stolen people,
stolen families.
So that's what we are, stolen families of Africa. And whether you want to go back to Africa to relocate, live, you at least need to go back to Africa to visit. Because that is when you're going to see the truth about Africa. Because right now you're being fed lies. And anytime, you hear somebody, when you ask them anything about Africa, being black, and they start talking about the animals or the huts or whatever, they have no idea.
So you think that, because I heard, I don't know how true, but I heard that many of the Africans, they look at us, the Black Americans, as not like one of them, in a sense that we don't belong because we're like, maybe, I don't know if you want to call it traitors,
No, it's just opposite.
But you said you felt welcome.
It's just opposite. What they want us to come back.
Oh, okay. Right. And
but the problem is there seems to be a program by design to keep us separated.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And whoever put out this program years ago is being working well for them right now. Because I have noticed even over here, when the African students come over here, a lot of American blacks, they put up this attitude towards,
Towards them.
a black, country native when that's actually your brother or sister.
Right.
And that needs to end.
It needs to change. Yeah, I think it needs
because we all one, no
Right.
matter how you want to look at it. And we need to be, instead of going on vacations to Europe, we need to start going on vacations to Africa.
to the motherland.
And like I said, once again, doesn't matter that you may not want to live over there, at least go over there to visit.
At least to learn our history, because I feel that a lot of Black Americans,
Right.
we don't know our history.
No,
the
we don't.
schools that the children attend over here today, they're not. I mean, we're given Black History Month. Like
Right
one
now.
month, and that's it.
Right now, they've been trying to pass bills where we get to learn our history in school, but they are denying it. They don't want us to have a history.
They don't want us
So
to.
what is that all about?
Right.
We need to know our history,
Right.
and we need to know about the motherland.
Right.
And we need to stop listening to those, those fake news and
False information.
we're going back to the movies back in the Tarzan days and all that. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we need to rise up, connect,
and
we need to connect because a lot of Africans over there do need help. Like there's
Right.
places of Africa that's well developed,
Right.
but there's a lot of places of Africa that's not,
I could. Right.
and they need our help.
So this is what it looked like before they built all this new stuff. All right, this was the original right here before they kind of rehabbed it into this place under his directorship. And what you're going to see in a lot of these things is our first introduction to these people is when we saw these boats with these crosses, this symbol. All their boats had this symbol. So our introduction to Christianity was we saw the cross and they kidnapped our children. So another important thing to understand is there may be a better map in here. But these cities, Timbuktu, there were actually trading routes. Let's see, I think there's another map. Okay, this one. So we're going to start with this. This map is showing the established trade routes and networks over all of West Africa. And who would travel from, say, North Africa to Kano, North Africa to Ghana, North Africa to Timbuktu. These were established trade networks. It was Arabs, and it was actually Ashkenazi Jews. Okay? There were Jewish people as far south as Timbuktu in thriving communities, right, before the Portuguese came. Now, as a result of this trade, when the Portuguese, when their society was so bankrupt from plague and lack of economic, they were so poor and they were fighting wars with Castilians, which were Spanish and other French empires. The Portuguese, they had contacts on the North African coast. And the king's son, Prince Henry, was part of a campaign, right, where he came to North Africa and he conquered one of these ports. And while he was there, he spoke to the Arabs and Jews that were there, and they told him that the source of the gold and the salt and the slave trade, right, was in this area. So this Prince Henry the Navigator, who actually never sailed, okay, this Prince Henry learned of this great wealth and went back and told his father, the king. He said, look, if we can find a direct route to here, They had all the information. If we can find a direct, we can cut out the middleman. So the very reason for coming here was not discovery. They try to tell us like they got in these boats and they're just going to go on an adventure and see what's out there. No, they knew specifically that we were here, slaves in gold, because the gold mines were here. And people like Mansa Musa, they don't mine the gold themselves. And they're not paying top dollar for people to go and mine the gold. They're enslaving people and making them work in mines. So that's how this whole thing got started, was they got information from Arabs and Jewish people that were living in these trade networks. So we're gonna go find our own route and kick out the middlemen. That's how this thing got started. We talk about nutrition and health. This is where it started.
So this was built on the ruins?
This is where they
Yeah.
gave our ancestry
Yeah, and we're actually
before
going to
they
see the slave pen.
shipped them out.
Not exactly a part
doors
of
of
this
no
building.
return.
This
This is
building was
where
finished, I think, 2016.
They gave them
So this is
food.
probably Rico Wall?
When you travel, there's days, times you have to enjoy yourself, unwind. So what did you do? Or what, talk about like things you did.
Some of
or
them-
entertainment.
Yeah, some
wise,
went out to
what-
clubs, see what the nightlife was. Wasn't me, because I was burnt out already. And they enjoyed it.
They
So.
enjoyed
Oh
themselves.
yeah.
But did you see any like type of entertainment, like the African? I love the African dance.
Oh,
I
we
love
seen,
the
yeah,
drums
we seen
and the
African dances.
that they do. You did
3
see that?
times.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
yeah, they did special ones just for us.
Yeah, but we should learn that. That it's patriarchy everywhere. No.
Ese 50,000.
First time they even had Americans over there, Guinea-Bissau.
You kidding?
Yeah, from like how we came over there.
Wow. So you're one of the first.
Yeah, we made
American
history
to,
coming over right now.
Go over there. Wow.
And
Wow, you're part of history.
Yeah, part
Go
of history.
Nelly.
part of history that's happened, without realizing that you were going to do that.
Wow.
This is my room. Everybody needs to come to Africa.
We reclaim this space for our ancestors. So, we give everyone a candle.
We can hear the crows, the roosters. The roosters are giving the announcement that we are here. First time Americans have ever been in this area. This is history making.
Yeah, I believe, everybody, especially in the Caribbean, they need to do their connection with African ancestries to find out direct. And like I said, they're going to be shocked, but most likely it's going to be coming from the west coast of Africa.
Right.
Many will be coming from Guinea-Bissau.
Right.
But that's something you have to do. You have to do it not just for yourself, you have to do it for your ancestors.
So the group, do they planning this trip now, like every year, every other year?
Oh, well, see, right now in the Balanta Society, who's, like I said, the president is Biwi Baleka. The membership then went up to, I think, 100 right now.
Wow.
So that's 100 who will find out that they are Balanta. So by next year, it could be 125, it could possibly be 200.
Wow.
So yeah, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. And we have told them that too. They just like how the Balanta member who Ashes was buried over there. He told them, we were gonna be coming. So right now, it's gonna grow.
Wow.
Can't help it.
So did the media over there, did they get in contact with you guys? Maybe.
Oh, the media had us on TV.
Oh, on television?
Yeah.
Wow.
They did an interview with us and, asked us our feelings, and, when they gave a speech saying that we are welcome, and they told us, that we are home, and, it was just pretty heavy. My name is Nelson, and I was born in the U.S. and I grew up also in the Bahamas, so I have a combination of countries.
Ele se nome Nelson e parei nos Estados Unidos, na cidade que está chamada Bahamas.
And coming over here right now has filled the void that I always had. Living over there, and I see the same similarity in the Bahamas what I see in the U.S. Connecting to Africa.
Iba na cidade, que dia que chega ali, eu não tentei na Bahamas, na cidade que na vive, e tentar olhar alguns coisas mesmo idêntico que nós olhamos na visão, daquela mostrar ali como de início não tá bom e tem que falta na parte, por ir vai buscar para por estar completo.
Now, I always wanted to visit Africa, but I just didn't know what part. So when I did a DNA test and got the results, now I knew where to, target when I came over here. So before I went any place else, it had to be here.
Ele sempre teve a ideia de visitar a África, mas ele quase não queria vai. Depois que ele toma teste, depois que faz teste genético, ele descobre como ele é descendente de Guiné-Bissau. Então, aquilo que mais motivava na fala como bom. Então, a partir de hoje, não tem nem que descobrir como que minha terra. Então, para fazer visita.
What I see that needs to be changed, over in the U.S., all descendants of Africa, they need to get rid of this perception that Africa is a certain way, which is a lie. That needs to be changed, because once you go overseas, there's two different looks of Africa.
Que dire mudar a mentalidade de descendentes que está, porque mangas coisas que está fala de África que hoje em dia eles não e totalmente diferente que mentira. Então se é tentar se é trabalhar em conjunto maneira de mudar que mentalidade de outros que não falaram como África sin assim que está. Mas se Chigali, que cultura é totalmente diferente e que realidade que não acontece nos Estados Unidos.
And there needs to be a drive from here, I would say, to get the perception that we have over there changed. You know, believe it or not, first thing anybody says over there about here, you know, they start talking about animals and stuff. You know, and try to explain to people that you guys are way advanced than how we're thinking over there right now.
Então, mas que está explicando que são de limárias. Então, tipo, a nós não temos aqui senso de humanidade de viver como pecador. Aquilo aqui, primeiro que os que está começando que conta eles. Mas dentro deles, próprios, está se vê como eles, a nós que está também, a nós que está ali, pecadores. Essa que é na conta e curiosidade que não leva na para não já para nós, porque é que por contar sobre o sinta lá bufia. Daí tem que furar aqui barreira, para chegar ali para a realidade, para poder acabar aqui barreira, que apoio outros capos de.
Lastly, my emotions, I know how everybody else is feeling because it's coming out on me also. So, you know, and I'd just like to say, you know, thank you for welcoming us over here. And, you know, I can feel the connection right away.
Imagina ele queria que tirar emoção massa, mas tudo eles lhe estão assim. Imagina fala muito obrigado, mas não é que não receber eles.
There was natural order, no lights, a lot of cars.
But still,
Everybody drove and got by each other left or right. They drove the right-hand side just like we do.
did you obtain your African name over there?
Oh yeah.
You did, okay. And
From our tribe, we don't have chiefs or kings in the land. What we have is a council, and the council is of elders. They have maybe probably about 23 to maybe about 25 members. And they're the ones who discuss and make the decisions for the people. And they gave each one of us a name. We wanted our name at this time. And for what, I don't have the official documentation showing my name yet.
Mm-hmm.
But, when they told us our names, from what I understand, my name is Go Boat. So, and it's spelt with a K, although it has the sound of a G.
Go Boat.
Yeah, Go Boat.
Meaning?
And the meaning they told us, they told everybody, said, meaning is I'm a fixer and more or less maybe an organizer, of things. When I see things that, I will try to fix it. And
They got the right name, but he is a
and
fixer.
I think they seen it in me, and that brought out more emotions again. But yeah, that was my name.
Go Boat.
Over in the Islands, the Jago Islands.
Did you experience the beach area?
Oh yeah, I lived right near the beach when we went to the Jago Islands. There's 80 islands.
80.
Yeah, 80 islands, and I think there's about 20 something that were inhabited. And they had a main island that you would go to. But from the main island, we were about 10 minutes away, by boat to the island where we stayed, and they had over there fixed up like a resort. Each one of us had our own bungalow or whatever you call it. It was a room, bathroom, shower, AC. And then as you stepped out from that area, the beach was right in front of you.
Wow.
So if you want to go swimming, you can do that. They had several boats out there too. They take you from there back to the main island. And that's where the ferry, was that would go back to Bissau itself. Now the ride out there from Bissau was going on 4 hours. So it was a good ride. We found out later on that we wanted to put that high speedboat that we went back to Bissau in about 2 hours. This is at the Ledger Hotel. Right below me are soccer team members. They are getting ready for a soccer tournament Saturday, June 11th. This is our headquarters Milito. We're gonna renovate this whole area. These are the kids waiting for us to greet us. We're going to take a boat ride over to Bejo's Islands.
Safe, so you're talking about 25 to 35 cents to ride from one side of this street to the other side.
Oficial é o que patrocinar esse programa, porque é mais shows dos bairros. Não deixar o seguinte para trás, música, aqui para frente dos ouvintes, abra para casa, música aí. I gotta go somebody. You have my whole family.
All right, let's go, because I don't want to get stuck. Yeah.
Your Balanta sons and daughters have returned. We feel your spirit in the air. In Guinea-Bissau. This is going over to the president's palace. This is the military museum in Guinea-Bissau. These are the weapons that were used initially back in the day when they had their little rebellious revolution against the Portuguese.
Type letters on. And so in our spiritual philosophy, everything has energy. My letter to 11. One way of actually connecting with the energy of the God. And by doing that, it can act. Okay. All right. So. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cut this part of the tour short because we have a meeting with the Minister of Culture.
I would say basically Africa as a whole. We have been brainwashed once again.
just like how some areas of Africa, you probably can find malls and, souped up airports and everything else. We don't get to see that because they still take us back, way back in the past, where there were lions and elephants and all that running around. And right now, today, that is more or less national parks, which they actually control the parks and stuff like that to make sure, they're not poachers and all that kind of stuff. But in the area, Guinea-Bissau that I was in, there's a city and they're not thinking about, animals.
But there's an area there, like tourists can go on a safari?
Yeah, they probably, you're going way on the outskirts of Africa. But like I said, once again, those areas are parks that are controlled.
Okay.
It ain't just like you living in a hut and an animal runs through it. That's connected back to, Tarzan movies and all that again. Right. You've seen that stuff.
So the animals you saw
was best,
like
basically
chickens, pigs,
domestic animals, chickens, some cows, some areas goats.
And those were lambs, right?
And the funniest thing about it, these animals are intermingling with humans.
One of the cows, you actually witnessed it being slaughtered.
Oh yeah, that was the ceremony.
Was it a ritual or ceremony?
Yeah, it was a ceremony, celebrating our return. And they actually, slaughtered the cow. And they actually did a pig too. And after they, slaughtered it, they, did the butchering and, cut up certain pieces and, different areas they cooked it. And that's what they had the feast over. At the same time at the feast, well, before the feast, we actually did a funeral service for Volanta descendant who found out that he was from Guinea-Bissau, and basically from that Pacific tribe that we went to, and he had a wish. He died that his remains be brought back over here to Guinea-Bissau. So we brought his
ashes.
Yeah, we brought his ashes back over, and they set up a special, ceremony, and we helped in putting some of the dirt, on the area that they bury the ashes. And it was something else. I recommend this trip. Doesn't have to be Guinea-Bissau. It could be Senegal, South Africa, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana, wherever. I recommend they go there at least for a trip, and who knows, some of the people going over there might want to relocate. That's just how it is. And some, might connect directly to their family. But they should take, the AfricanAncestries.com test, find out what part of Africa that you are directly connected to. And you might go in those areas and find out a lot of the answers you want to know will be answered. It will come to you.
Now, what's the closest country next to Guinea-Bissau?
Okay,
what is it? What's bordering?
Okay, on the northwest side of Guinea-Bissau is Senegal. Okay, after that it's going to be Gambia. Now it's kind of a funny situation with Gambia and Senegal. Senegal actually goes like a U around Gambia. Now both countries touch the Atlantic Ocean, so they do have a shore. But like I said, Senegal goes around Gambia. From the south it comes around on the top on the north. Now, as far as with Senegal being on the south side, that's where Guinea-Bissau starts. After Guinea-Bissau, it's the country Guinea.
after Guinea is going to be Sierra Leone. And I believe after Sierra Leone, that's where Ghana is going to come up.
Oh, okay.
So, but you know, they all are on the coastline countries.
Oh, okay.
And most of the slaves back in the day, they were taken from the West Coast of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from those countries over there.
I think Senegal in particular, right?
Right, Senegal, yeah, that's where they all return is in Gorée Island.
Senegal, Dakar.
And what's bad, what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of Africans don't know about slavery of the transatlantic slave,
Right.
because they were not told that. And most slaves, like I said, once again, was taken from the West Coast of Africa. Now, there was slavery going on also in Africa itself, you know, with the Arabs over there with the slave trade they had going on, and you know, many other countries too. But as far as them knowing about us being taken and brought over to, you know, the Caribbean and North America and South America, you know, the major places that, from what I understand, where my people went was in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so that's where the language, the Portuguese.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so Brazil has a whole lot of Blanta people. You know? But once again, we all need to come back to Africa and connect. That needs to happen.
Now, I was told that the men, they still practice having many wives, you know. Do they still practice that tradition?
Yes,
It's not just
yeah.
one wife.
In our tribe, it's basically, you know, they have more than one wife.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the females, you know, they don't understand how, you know, we are over here in the America.
In the money, is it euro? What type of currency?
They it's like a franc, but they call them, oh man, I still.
Did you bring any back, like something to show?
Yeah, the main money that they're gonna be getting from you is like 5,000, 10,000, 75,000.
Which might be equivalent to, like 5,000 may be
5,000.
maybe equivalent to maybe $20 or $10.
Yeah, I'd say about $20. American money goes by the date, because if it's a certain date, it's not gonna work for you.
I know people are struggling over there. It's hard, you know, making ends meet. They're lacking, you know, like our common electronics, cell phones, tablets, computers, laptops, you know. So there's a big need.
There's a tremendous need for cell phones, tablets, laptops, and you know, the used stuff that we have over here. They could use it over here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
When you go and feel the line, you know this is no joke with it.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder about, you know, like average incomes, like for so much.
Give you an idea. A teacher could probably make a week, maybe 110. You know, 115 a week. That could be a week.
Wait, you're talking like on our scale, like dollars. Okay, so like
dollars. That's dollars. I'm not giving you that.
Okay, right. Not.
So imagine, you know, getting 150 or 110, not even 150, 110 for a week of work as a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that's the kind of salary they get. And some, you know, less than that.
Yeah, and like just for living accommodations, what do you think the average rent would cost someone?
I'm not sure because I didn't get into that, but you know, I was hearing about possibly buying a huge house, even possibly a little small mansion. You know, and you can possibly get that for maybe 100,000.
Wow.
100, maybe 150,000. You know, that over here would be probably $1 million. So that's the value of what it is over there.
Wow.
Like I said, as far as opportunity, you know, if black individuals over here who want to know what to do with their money as an investment, that would be a good place to go to try to get yourself set up and, you know, help the community. You know, plus you're going to be giving out jobs and you will have an opportunity of a lifetime also. Because you know there's no way in hell you're going to get a huge property or whatever for that kind of money.
Wow.
But you can do it.
And you brought some masks, you said, and
masks.
some little other artifacts. Okay, great.
And there was many more that I could have brought.
But did they, like at customs, did they bother you and check your luggage?
Yeah, it was something strange happened. We got in the Senegal area, in Lumi area. You got off the plane, you went through a security, which almost felt like you was coming into a terminal, okay, to get on a plane. But they checked your luggage, your carry-on. You went through that, and then when you went upstairs, they check your luggage again, like you in a whole nother airport. And apparently that second one was the U.S. Customs, although that was people from Africa who were doing it. Because once we got back here, all we did was go through customs. And that was it.
Quick and easy.
Yeah. You know, no more checking. Thought they was going to check our bags again, but they didn't.
Okay, so last question. When are you planning your next trip back to Guinea-Bissau?
Well, you know, might get an invitation to a wedding in November for Gambia.
Wow. Oh, okay. Gambia, which is nearby.
Pretty close by, right? So, you know, according to what happens, you know, and Gambia is a English-speaking African country. So, you know, might take up on that just to go see Gambia also, because there are some of our people live in Gambia.
In Gambia as well. Okay.
So,
maybe I'll make that trip.
Yep, it'll be an adventure, that's for sure.
Okay, great.
And like I told you before, I'm still trying to get my hearing back. My ears haven't popped yet, so maybe that's going to help me adjust to being here too.
Right. Well, Nelson, or should I call you Gabolt? Gabolt. Am I pronouncing it correct?
It's Gabolt.
Yeah, okay. So, well, it's great, you know, the information that was given, you know, from your experience. And it's making me more anxious to go back to the motherland or to go to the motherland and, you know, see my people, my family. And I'm glad you did. And maybe we can, maybe as a family, you know, maybe get some other, because you told me Monique wants to go, your daughter Monique. And whoever else we can get. And Jordan, okay.
And Jordan, he's ready.
He's ready to go, yeah. So, and you'll be like a tour guide.
Yeah, I'm the ambassador right now.
You could be an ambassador, okay.
Because I knew what I seen. So I'm ready. It has to happen. So
okay,
gotta do it.
Okay, so anything else you wanna, you know, maybe share? You did cover a lot.
What else can I share?
Anything that
Well, what I will share is that there's a missing part in all of our parts, you know, over here, and you know, most of us need to fulfill that missing part.
Well, it's like a void, so
it's a void. And some of us don't even know we have it, but we need to open.
I guess it's a void of belonging.
We all have a connection over here, and we have to connect. That's whether you know it or not, because, like I said again, Africa needs us, and you know we need to return back over there as a visitor or as somebody who wants to, you know, relocate. But you'll never know the true answers until you take that trip over. So that's what we have to do.
Great.
Guinea-Bissau, back in Africa. We all need to come back to Africa. Visit Africa instead of Europe. This is the homeland of many black people all over the world. Stolen families of Africa. Take a trip to Africa. They need you.